Hi, and welcome to Odyssey of Ascension. This is Roxanne once again. Thank you so much for tuning in. Excellent. And of course, coffee. Excellent. All right, so let's get rocking. And greetings once again to the collective. This is Ocyphius. We bid you a good day. Stand by for slide. Hi guys, how are you? Good. All right. The idea of musts. Someone had mentioned the idea in when we were talking about from the last Q&A. There was a idea of musts, and they wanted an expansion on that. And not only does must encompass must, it encompasses a whole lot of other ideas of obligation and stuff like that. So just understand, what's that?
Is that like I don't have a choice?
Yeah, in a way, yeah, like they don't have a choice. But they do have a choice, but sometimes the choice in and of itself is nowhere in sight, because the draining capabilities of your value system that you engage in the idea of obligation, which can be defined as must, no choice, is so overpowering it just takes that shield and shuts it down into complete, I can't see another way out of this mess. And it just reminded me of different movies that we watch. We watch a lot of your movies, they're awesome. But there's a lot of ideas in the movies that say, I had no choice. Well, yeah, you did. But the whole empowering engagement of your value system says, I must. And that, of course, chooses your reality, which is you choosing the value in that choice of must to choose your reality. Always know that. And again, guys, it comes back down to the same idea. You want to understand what keeps you limited. And musts are limiting. There's nothing you need to do, but your value system, your treasured idea of yourself, says you must. And that idea, if you would understand in frequency remembrance, another space-time now, of where someone told you you must, and you said bullshit, and you trumped it, and walked away from it. So now you can see what we're talking about value, okay? The value in a belief, a value in a construct that you bought into, that your apparency from the reflection of the mirror said it was so real because it brought you a sense of connection, okay? A lot of these coveting beliefs are senses. In the space-time now, upon coveting them, listen now, was a value that was so beautiful it made you feel important, belonging, acceptance. Ooh, big one, big one. Gotta be accepted, just love to be accepted. Someone tells you something and you want to join in the reindeer games because you have no one else to feel that gives you validation. And if you give up your idea and go into this idea that has been presented to you and treasure it and hold it and cradle it and love it and fertilize it and be it, and you, because of that action of you accepting it, that others around you, peer pressure, accepted you. Because you're always trying to find what you are. You're always trying to find love. Okay? Don't covet this idea that people seek hatred or assholes. They don't want to be assholes, but they are. They don't love it. They just don't fucking understand themselves, so they're trying to, with their best selves every moment, ooh yeah, to express their belonging, their needing. I love that, Roxy. They bleed to feel alive. Think about that. They want the pain, the drama, because that's their only sense of belonging, but we're trying to go back home. You're trying to feel love again that you separated yourself from. But it's always presence. It is always the creation at its most core depth. Everything is birthed out of that vibration of love. Everything. So all around you is love. All the time. And only your frequencies of value are taking that love vibration that your receiving mind is perceiving, feeding to you, and you're taking that love vibration and distorting it. And that best self only sees this frequency as love, although defined by many in the mirror as an idea of distortion. But that best self of that entity is looking for something to bring it closer to home. And it says, I have to do that. I have no other choice. That's the musts. That's them limiting themselves because they only connected at that space-time now, that frequency of acceptance. And when you're born, you immediately feel the separation. But your conscious awareness doesn't understand it. And as you are birthing yourself through the nows of humanity, growing up, you feel portions of remembrance and you translate them according to what you perceive as valuable. It is beautiful. It is an intricate, simple creation idea that works perfectly for an ascension of a species. And it has worked perfectly, and it is now perfect, of course. Yes, Rob? It's deeper than what you're thinking. You're thinking on the musts and obligations, but it runs deeper, guys. Let these ideas surface beliefs. See them? I know you do. And I want you to go back down and look at them and watch them follow. And they find a bridge belief, and that bridge comes to this idea here. And this is this wonderful core belief. Where it all started. Separation. And there it is. Am I worthy of being God? Booyah. Self-worthiness. Oh, yeah. Taking that authority back. Judging yourself if it's selfish to act on your joy. To choose what you want over your responsibility. Over your obligation. Over your musts. But even the word over is polarity. Because without over, there's under. So always remember, polarity is couched within you. And when you view things as a polarity perspective, you continue your own illusion. Although that's perfect. However, awareness of you viewing everything in a scaling, measuring, weighing, comparing idea of illusion, of polarity, gives you the awareness of your own limitations. And that is beautiful. So the entity that asked the idea of musts. Must is an idea of value. So you can do it in a happy idea. I've got to have, I must have these shoes. Roxy bought a pair of shoes. She had to have them. And she bought them because they frickin' rock in her world. That's her value treasure. So that's an easy one to understand. And someone says, well, I wouldn't spend, $100 on those pair of shoes. But that's not your value system. And those are ideas of lightheartedness. But now see, you scale that lightheartedness to different ideas. Okay? If it's something easy like buying a pair of shoes, but it's something over here, giving up yourself at the expense of yourself for others. Some go, why do you do that? Well, they saw that as the same pair of shoes that Roxy saw. They must have it. That was their joy. But you're saying it's obligation they're choosing and they're giving up themselves. No. It's the best self everybody is in the moment. Everybody is acting on their highest joy. You can be no other way because you are always beaming your natural frequency, covered, distorted by your beliefs of creation. Period. Beliefs, listen now, of creation. So everything is creation, only distorted by the singularity of forgetfulness. And understanding those ideas of separation, of obligation, of the things we've talked about, is recognition of it. So how do you overcome it? See the value in it. Find within you the value that births out, that says, I must do this. And then watch the spawning, the dominoing effect of the fearful mind run gambits around you of probable fearful futures that are not now, and then you know that they're false. Because now is the only place and the only time that it ever has been and ever shall be. It is all now. Here and now. Very good. So as you're ascending in this idea, more and more of you see the value of fear is not as strong as you evolve through this evolutionary awakening experience. Many fears that you thought, that of Angel, we'll talk about her. Lots of abundance issues in the idea of, let's say, leaving her husband for a while. Very fearful. Oh yeah, scared. But for some reason, she keeps getting more money. Angel? Yes?
Yes.
She has abundance flowing. Out of timeline she forgot she set up for her, and then poof. Because she felt at one point or another that the fear of abundance for the future was no longer valuable for her to focus on. And then the surprises come. The remembrances that you don't remember until that now, because you give yourself the memory in the moment, come into play. They're allowed in because your focus is not on the value of the absence of abundance, creating that parallel reality that you are now focusing on, therefore you are experiencing. She gave it up. She no longer found the value in lack on that idea of abundance within her construct of herself. A coveting belief through the frequency of past nows as something to be focused upon, secured, taken action and distortion upon to safeguard her now and her future. Gave it up. Let go and refocused on the abundance that she had in the now, which is her life, which is baby Ra, which is her son, which is the idea of her husband. That's where her focus went. Her whole reality shifted because that energy was no longer treasuring this and going, this is real. Angel, listen to me. This lack of abundance is real. You need to keep focusing on it. Come on, get back down here. So she decided to leave it in that now. And it remains there. Listen very closely, class. It remains there until you say, come with me. Come on, bitch. Come on. I'm not done being lackful. And that's all it was. Yes, those stronger, deeper ideas. When Angel first started this idea, she left it there, but it kept on coming back because a triggering effect that she responded to in the mirror, a potential idea represented by her higher self, given to her by the whole that she is, triggered the remembrance of her lack of abundance and brought it up again. And through the cyclic ideas, she no longer found value in it, so that's why it's back there. And that's why all these other magical moments of abundance flowing in that surprise the shit out of herself are there constantly because she lets those frequencies be experienced that she set up because she trusts the big motherfucker angel up here. She did it. Here she is, rocking her paradigm. Scary. A lot of tears. I was there for a week of tears with her. Crying her ass off. She was scared. And it's scary down here. The value, the depth of emotion, the depth that you get when you are feeling that angst, that anguish, that suffering, that fear is huge. We know and we love it. And so do you. Otherwise you wouldn't have chosen it. Because the experience that you get out of the richness, out of being human, and all scaling ideas from love to fear and everything in between is beyond measure. Truly. Truly, truly, truly. So the musts are what you energize the musts to be. It is must for Rita, but not a must for Angel. It is a must for Tom, but not a must for Roxy. That's it. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Value system of a coveting idea, some space time now that you bought into to get a sense of belonging whatever that took to get that, because you wanted to feel loved again. And that's with a tug that brings you home all the time. It is your stirrings. It is your inner idea of yourself. It can be never outside of you, never separated from you. It always is you, because everything that you are is creation, is love, and all nows. Everything, everything, everything. All existence is the same frequency of the state of being. Unconditional love. So beautiful. Know that is that. Don't define it. Don't fear it. Don't categorize it. Don't get mad at it. Don't resist it. Love it. Allow it. Be it. Hug it. Cherish it. And all your moments become cherishable because your focus is cherished. And when those ideas are perfectly coalesced, they no longer come up. You can have the exact same idea, this exact same motions of everything in that space-time now to be a perfect duplication, and you view it differently. So that tells you you are viewing your reality in love instead of the frequency of distortion. That value is gone, and the harboring, distorted idea, treasuring system that you bought into, no longer. Now you only see it as love. Love. And that's what it is. So that's the must that you guys are looking at. The must in me must not be must. That was interesting. Must not be musts. What is that? Yeah. There's about 1,000 of us speaking here. And a portion of me burst through and said, must not be musts. And that is a paradox, and I love it. Thank you. Thank you, me. So, understand that. Understand that you must not do anything. Oh yeah, we love polarity. Look at it. Just look at it. Look at it from the observer point. Observe the observer. You are observing the observed, and the observer is observing you. And you are all of it. Back up. Out of the fractal. Into the higher. Into God. And just watch the playground. You have that capability because I just told you. And I am a mirror. So therefore, whatever I reflect is a choice within your space-time now to experience. Otherwise, it would not be in your frequency range. So know that everything in your reality is perfect for you. Because you chose it. Beautiful. I think that's all we're going to talk about now. Yik yak, Roxanne? She had an idea. Oh, yakety yak. Don't talk about it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was looking for it. I was like, what you know with that one? So, until Friday, and we will rock and roll then again. Got some ideas for Friday. It's going to be good stuff, depending on the frequency of the collective in and of itself. I love you guys. We're going to zip dee doo dah out here, and we'll see you in the next now. Mwah. He's so sweet. He blew a kiss. He's never done that. Thanks, guys, once again for tuning in. I'll get this up, and we'll see you Friday. Love you. Bye.